What's up, Dragon Nation? I'm Rich with Dragon Nation Gaming. Welcome back to Space Engineers. Last episode we got the space tether builder, the inchworm, whatever we're gonna call it. We got that finished, started building the tether. This episode I got up to 800 meters, and that's where we want to go ahead and build our first ring. But yeah, it might take a little bit of work. I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna do it, but we'll just have to see. Let's get this started. Alright, so I set up the yellow ring so that way we could tell where the 800 meter mark is. I went ahead and stopped the tether builder, the inchworm. This is the quad inchworm, I guess we're going to call it. I went ahead and stopped it so that way I can build and it won't create any issues. Now, what I'm going to do is I think we'll just set up a projection and then try to get the thing lined up the way it needs to go. Do I have anything on me right now? No, I don't. Let me grab some steel plates and stuff. So yeah, what we're going to do is, since I do have the projection already, we're going to go ahead and put it in a projector. Try to get the projection lined up with these yellow lines. It just made it a little bit easier for me to see it. First, I need to make sure that it's out of the way. I need to build it about right here. So let's go ahead and grab that projector. And let's also change the color a little bit. Alright, so I think right here should be good. Now we just need to find the front and the top. Alright, hopefully I have all the resources that I'm going to need to build this thing. I'm not even sure what's inside of this ship, but we'll see. And yeah, we're really heavy. Trying to get any altitude in this thing right now is difficult. Which is why sometimes I go ahead and put more power than I need in ships like this. So that way I could add a little bit more thrust if I need to. Alright, so there we go. Now I'm going to need... yeah, I need a control. Because we're not going to have access without it. And then the fun part begins. My favorite part of messing with projectors, trying to get the whole thing lined up. Which might take a minute. But let's go ahead and get that welded up. There we go. Alright, now we gotta find the damn projection. We also have to make sure that we're using the right projector as well. Ah, shit. There's a lot of them. Alright, it should be this one. Hopefully. The last one that I built. Now we need to find the right projection. Yeah, I still haven't gotten around to cleaning all this crap up. We'll get there eventually. God damn, where are you? Yeah, I definitely need to clean this out. It's difficult to find anything. I think it's this one. Is it? Yeah. It looks like what we need to do is we need to turn it to the left. And we need to bring it down one. So let me go ahead, waste no time, get this lined up, and then we'll figure out how to get it constructed. Alright, there we go. Now this thing is going to have turrets on it, so we need to make sure that all the conveyors and everything do connect. Right now we have armor blocks that are going to be in the way of that. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to grind away all the stuff that I don't need right now. We need to be very careful though, because I don't want to disconnect this entire pillar. Probably what I'll go ahead and do is I'll just bring a block. Yeah, let's go ahead and try that real quick. I need to put you there. We'll just bring blocks all the way across. That way we can make sure... actually, it's probably best if I do it down here. Yeah, I might have to do it on top as well. But yeah, just to make sure that this whole thing, I don't grind down the wrong thing and the whole thing just falls and plummets down to the surface of the moon. Which would be fun, but yeah, I don't want to have to do that. That would kind of suck. Alright, where was I? Right here? This should be connected. I think that these passageways do have a snap point on the sides. I guess if not, we'll figure that out here pretty soon. Alright, so there's that one. Now I need to go ahead and get the one on top done. It's just to go ahead and close this off to make sure that nothing... we don't lose anything. We also probably need to connect these together like this. That should work. Alright, let me go ahead and get this done and then we'll go to the next step. Alright, so first thing we need to do is get rid of all the blocks that we don't need. I'm going to have to do this on all 4 pillars. This is going to take a while. It's going to take a little bit longer than I thought it would. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get rid of all this. And it's going to be difficult to see as well. But we should be able to do it. And then right, now we need to get rid of the center. Yeah, right down here where the conveyors go. And we need to go into the other side. There's also a conveyor junction here, so we can go ahead and get rid of that conveyor. And I think everything else is set up the way it's supposed to. I think everything else we can leave alone. So we're still connected. Good. I didn't have to actually build this structure. I just wanted to be sure. It's better safe than sorry. But yeah, I think that one's good. That's pretty much all we have to take out. Now I need to do it on the other 4. Or the other 3. Learn how to count, Rich. That would be helpful. Alright, so it looks like I got all 4. If not, we'll find out later on. Maybe. I think I got it. But let's go ahead and get the stuff constructed. I should have all the resources I need, I do believe. Looks like it. But yeah, I guess we'll find out when we start constructing. But yeah, we need to make sure that we get every single piece. Okay, there it goes. So yeah, this is gonna take a minute. Because it's a lot of stuff to build. And I also need to make sure that the inside and the outside of the ring are complete. And then what we need to do is we need to figure out how we're going to do the weapons, the solar panels. Because as it stands right now, I'll go ahead and stop this here in a second. Let's go ahead and take a look. As it stands right now, I only have 1 spot here for a turret, which means I would only have 2 turrets on the station because on the other side is where the solar panels are going to go. So what I would like to do is to extend this out just a little bit. Not sure how I'm going to do that. We're going to have to wait until this ring is done and then we can do that. I also need to get the resources for the solar panel because I don't have those yet. But yeah, I guess let me go ahead and get all this stuff welded. I'll go ahead and double check, make sure everything is connected the way it's supposed to. And then we'll work on the weapons and the solar panels. Alright, now that the ring is done, I double checked everything and everything is finished. I went ahead and checked the conveyors as well, made sure everything was connected, and we should be good to go. But now we need to figure out how are we going to add... Let me go grab some resources real quick. How are we going to add the weapons and the solar panels? So I've been thinking about this for a little while, and I think probably the easiest way to do this is to come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and once I figure this out, I'll go ahead and make a new blueprint just for this. Or not just for this, but for the entire ring with the addition. I just want to try this out and see what it's going to look like and how well it will work. So yeah, we'll come out about 5. And then of course that tube will fill with conveyors as well. See, the thing is I want more than 1 turret. So the way I'm about to set it up, if it works, I'll have a lot more. so what I need to do is I need to set this up on all 4 pillars. If this is actually what I decide I want to go ahead and do. And of course this is going to take a little bit of time, but it should be worth it if everything works out. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab conveyors. And then we'll set up a hub. So what we'll do is 1, 2, 3. Why it's making that noise? Like it's double clicking? I have no idea. But yeah, right like that we have ourselves a hub, and then we'll make the hub just like we usually do. So, there's one thing I do need to do. I kind of screwed up something. So somebody asked me one time why I don't just use scroll wheel on the blocks. It's because for me, that's a little bit more difficult and takes a little bit longer. It's easier for me when I can actually visualize what the hell I'm building. Now, for other people, it might be easier to do it the other way, but that's okay for them. This way is okay for me. And it works out just fine. As long as it works, it doesn't really matter how you play the game. Which is why I kind of get upset with some people who do that to me all the time. Why do you do it this way? Why don't you do it that way? It's because it's my game. I play the way that I play, and it doesn't really matter. Everybody has their own style of playing. Those kind of people are just extremely opinionated. They think their way of doing things is the only way. And if you don't do it their way, you're an idiot or you're wrong. And that would make them wrong. Alright, let's go ahead. Sorry, I don't mean to get into that kind of shit, but it really does piss me off sometimes. How people can't just let other people play the game the way they want to. But we'll go ahead and get this built, and we'll see how well it's going to work out. I'm not going to have all the components for the solar panels, but we can at least get them placed. I also need to figure out which way the sun rotates. I'm pretty sure I set up my station so that way it was lined up with the sun rotation, but I need to make sure where that's going to be. Did that conveyor in there not get built? Hold on. I think I ran out of... Nope, it's good. Just wanted to double check to make sure. Alright, so what I need to do is I need to go ahead and build this on all 4 of the pillars. It shouldn't take me too long, maybe like 20 minutes or so. Then what I think I want to do is if we take... There is a mod that I like to use. We did use it on the station. It's these smart rotors, solar smart rotor. And if we go ahead and place it here, we should be able to line that up. Alright, so watching the sun for a little bit, I don't think we're actually lined up to it. Looks like it comes from that horizon right there, and it goes up this way. Not 100% sure, but I think. So what I think I need to do is go ahead and put these rotors for the solar panels right here. Actually, I think I need to extend it a little bit more. Hold on. And we got to be careful about where we grind on this little disc right here because, oh, there it is. There's like these exact little spots that you have to grind down. I'm kind of thinking that maybe we need to come out just a little bit. I need to figure out how I'm going to do that though. Let's try a 1x1 wheel. This always works out pretty good. Well, not always. Sometimes. Alright, I think what we'll do is we'll come out... Oh, no, where did you just place? I don't think it placed anywhere. Alright, so... God damn it, would you just stay on... Jesus. Placement on these things nowadays. I think if we come out 4, and then we go ahead and put you there. And we need to go ahead and build that so that way it will turn towards the sun. So let me find... There you are. Come here. I don't think we'll be able to finish it. I think I'm probably going to be missing some resources. But I'm not too sure about this design. We might actually change it. But for right now, it should be alright. I'll probably also grind down the wheels a little bit, so that way they kind of look a little industrial. There you go. Is that welder? Not sure. Yeah, it is. Kind of felt like one of my welders wasn't turning on. Alright, so is this all built? Yeah, looks like it. Alright, so what we need to do now is we're going to need the solar... This one, the solar support. We need to make sure that it's facing towards the sun, like that. And I think we'll go ahead and go too long, and then we could go ahead and build the solar panels. Now, the problem that we're going to have is when this thing turns left and right, the solar panels might interfere with that pillar right there. So what I want to do is I don't think I'm going to put any on this side. We're going to try to see what it looks like with just solar panels on this side. Or if it even works. It might not even work. We might... the weight might throw it off just a little bit. But that's something we'll have to see. If not, I'm going to have to extend this thing out a little bit further. Which wouldn't be too difficult. Alright, let's try to turn this thing proper way. There we go. Nope, that's not it. Is that it? That's it. So this should give me 8 solar panels. At least I hope. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, on either support, either side. So altogether 16, and then of course some on the other side as well, which will equal 32 for every ring. And then we'll go ahead and come out one more. Now, if this doesn't work out, what I can do is extend it out just a little bit further, so that way I can fit more solar panels on the other side as well. I kind of wasn't thinking about that when I was placing everything, but I just now thought of it. So yeah, kind of like that. I don't know, I think it looks better that way. Also, since we're not going to have... This thing is not going to be turning all the way 360 degrees on this axis. Once it gets to the sun gets to a certain point, it should turn on this axis. So I think what I can do is I could go ahead and put 2 more right here. Like that. So that's something I'm going to have to see. We're going to have to build this and make sure that it actually does work out that way. Alright, now that we got that, what we can go ahead and do is add the turrets. Now there are a bunch of mods out there that give you a lot better turrets, but I'm not really one for turret mods or weapon mods because they're always too OP. They can't just make like a really nice weapons mod. They always have to make it more powerful, make it more accurate. It just give us one that works. Really? Alright, so we're going to try to dress that up, try to make it look a little bit better, but that should work. So there's 4 turrets, and then of course on these sides we could actually put 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so the thing that I'm trying to do, the reason I'm doing this every 800 meters, is the range on the turrets is 800 meters. So what you could do is you could set it up to where they kind of cross over a little bit, so there's no missing space as far as their radius. Now there is going to be a little bit of a dark zone, but it should be about right here. At the halfway up the pillar right here. How high are we? Let's get to, it's 800 meters, so it'd be 400 meters. So the turrets on the ground will cover the area out to here. The turrets up there on the ring will cover the area from there out. So they don't really overlap, and there is kind of a blind spot. But maybe there's something else I could do with that. The problem is if I did this with every 400 meters, which I would really like to do, there would be way too many blocks, and I wouldn't get very high. I'm actually lucky that I've gotten this high so far. We haven't reached the limit quite yet. So yeah, what I need to do is I need to go ahead, get this up into... either get this out of the gravity, or we'll get it to the point where it stops me once we hit the limit. And we'll see how long that takes, or whichever one comes first. And then I'll try to figure out what I can do with the solar panel. Actually, you know what? I'll leave that up to you guys. You guys let me know how I could try to make this solar panel instead of this right here, make this whole thing look a little bit better. And then we'll see it in next episode. But until then, make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.